Hello and welcome to Classy Handmade. Today I'll be doing a tutorial on a crochet owl, and here are our supplies. We will need 2 half-inch buttons or buttons of your choice size, a stitch marker, a yarn needle to weave in your ends, a scissors, stuffing, yarn, and today we will be using a 3.75 crochet hook. The yarn I'll be using today are all acrylic yarns, so I'll be using redheart Super Saver Flex, Aran Flex, and Big Twist. This orange, this look like a yellowish mustard colors. Sorry, not orange. And some white. We'll be using the white for the eye patch, and the mustard color we'll be using for the beak and the foot. So I made this owl. I made this owl here holding 2 strands of yarn together, latte yarn and the Aran Flex. So if you want a big owl like this, you can use 2 strands, or you can use 1 strand and make this little owl here. So I'll be showing you how to make this small owl today. I'll be using 1 strand of yarn. So let's get started. Put that aside. First, you find your end of your yarn, and you make a magic loop. You should wrap the yarn around my finger. That's how I make my magic loop. And I put the needle and I pull, and this is my magic loop. That's what it looked like. And I'm gonna crochet 1, pull the yarn through to secure it, and in that magic loop I'm going to crochet 6 single crochet in the loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, pull this a little so it make it a little smaller, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 single crochet. So it would look like this. I take my needle out and press it down so you can see what I'm doing. So it would look like this, and there is the end. So what I'll do to close this up, I'll pull the end. So I pull the end to close it up, and it looks like that. Put your needle back in, and this is where your stitch marker come in. The last stitch single crochet made, you'll place your stitch marker. So you place your stitch marker into the last single crochet made. So it look like that. So you'll continue working in each single crochet. So in each single crochet you're going to put 2 single crochet. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you are at where the stitch marker is. You take out the stitch marker. So you have 10 stitches right now, and where the stitch marker is you're going to put 2 stitches. So it's 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 stitches. Pull your circle, make sure it's closed, and you put your stitch marker back into the last single crochet made in the 12 stitch. So we're going to continue to increase, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into the first single crochet from the previous round, and then we're going to put 2 into the next. So 1, 2. So the pattern would be 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1, 2, 1 single crochet in the stitch, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet into the next stitch. So you continue this pattern all the way around, working 1 single crochet in one stitch and then 2 single crochet into the other. 1, 2, 1. Not my last stitch, I'm going to put 2 single crochet, 2. So you should have 18 single crochet right now. If you're not sure, count and make sure that you have 18 single crochet. Place your marker in the last stitch made and continue to increase. This time the pattern is 2 single crochet, 1, 2. So the pattern is 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and in the third stitch you put 2 single crochet. So 1, 2 single crochet and 2 single crochet into the next stitch. So 2 single crochet into the first, second, 1, 2, then 2 single crochet into the next stitch, 1, 2, 2 single crochet into the next stitch, 1, 1, 2, and 2 single crochet into this stitch, and 1, 2. Remove the marker, you're at your last stitch, and put 2 single crochet into that stitch. So you should have 24 single crochet. So far your piece should look like this. This is our last increase row. So the pattern would be 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 single crochet into the 4th stitch, 1, 2, and you repeat that pattern all the way around, 1, 2, 3, 2 single crochet into the 4th stitch. So it's single, 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 then increase into the 4th stitch, 1, 2, 3. Also the marker, and you put 2 single crochet into the last stitch, and your piece should be looking like that. So the increase end here. Here you will have 30 stitches. So you continue working in each stitch. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So continue working into each single crochet, and you should, every time you reach to the stitch marker, you should have 30 stitches, and you're going to do it for until you have 20 rows from the beginning until you have 20 rows. Continue working 30 single crochet until you have 20 rows. When you have 20 rows, I'll meet you back here. So when you finish your 20 rows, your piece should look like this. Piece should look like that. And you're going to stuff. I'm going to show you how to close it up. You take your piece after you finish your 20 rows and you stuff it. So you put fiber fill, polyfill or fiber fill, and you stuff your owl. So when you finish stuffing it, make sure that you stuff it and see that it looks good. You take your needle, you do not cut the yarn, keep it on, and you take your needle and you put it into that loop, and you single crochet holding it close. So you go through both the front and the back loop, single crocheting all the way across. So you will have 15 stitches, because right around you had 30, and if you close it in half, you're going to have 15 stitches. So you single crochet all the way across. I'll show you. So this is what you do all the way across, making sure you get both the front and the back piece. You could put more fiber fill if you think it needed. As you continue to close it up, you feel like if it need more, you could add some more. Mine looks like it needs some more, so I'm going to add some before I completely close it up. So make sure you don't get the fiber fill caught in your crochet hook. Pull it out. So you continue this all the way across, single crochet in both back and front loop. Okay, so this is how your owl will be looking. You cut off the yarn. You could leave that because we're going to do something with that. So this is what it should be looking like right now. This is how it should be looking. This is the body of the owl. Now we're going to work on the eye patch of the owl. We will be making 2 of these eye patches. So it should be looking like that. 6 single crochet into the magic loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You pull the tail to close it up like that. Now instead of doing single crochet, we're gonna do half double crochet so we're gonna put 2 half double crochet into each single crochet. 1, 2. If you want, you could use your stitch marker to make sure you mark your rungs. You don't miss your place for your beginning. So you could mark your rung. This is my first. I'm going to put in the first 2 half double crochet into each single crochet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let me count and make sure that I have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 12. Okay, so it should look like that. So you're gonna slip stitch into your first slip stitch into your first. It seems like I have a shadow and I don't like that. The wings of the owl. So with the fleck yarn, we're going to make a magic loop, and we are going to single crochet 6 single crochet. 1, 2 into the magic loop, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to close up the circle, and it's going to be like this. But instead of joining it to make a circle, we're going to be making a half circle. So we're going to crochet 2 chain, 1, 2, turn in the same 2 chain. We're going to put 1 DC. So 1. So we'll be putting 2 DC into each single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. And the last single crochet, 12. Okay, so we'll have something that looks like this. This is the end, so we'll have something look like that. So we're going to single crochet, chain 3, turn into the same where the chain 3 stitches coming from. We're going to single crochet in there. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna do this into each stitch. 3 chain, single crochet, 1 2 3, single crochet, 1 2 3, single crochet, 1 2 3, single crochet, continue this all the way across, 1 2 3, 2 3, 1 2 3, single crochet, 2 3, single crochet. So let me count. I like starting from the middle because it's better, much easier to pull out. So I need to find the middle. So here we go. I'll be making the leg, the foot, sorry. We're gonna do the magic loop again, and we're gonna put 6 single crochet into the magic loop. 1 2 3 4 5 6. We're gonna close by pulling the loop to secure. We're gonna 2 single crochet into each stitch. So 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So we're finished here. We're not going to do any more increase, but what we're going to do, we're going to fold it like that. Make sure that the end last stitch is at the side. You could, at this time, you could take a yarn needle and you could weave in your end. For the feet. So make sure you secure the center of this. So we're going to weave it in. To secure it. And then you cut off and you're finished. So it will look like that. So for this, what we're going to do, we're going to fold it in half, making sure that the loop is at the side here. What we're going to do, put our needle in, and we're going to wrap once. We're going to do a DC, double crochet, 1. So what we're going to be doing here, we're going to make popcorn stitch for his toes. So 1 2 3 4 5 take the needle out and you put it into the first double crochet and you pull the loop, and that's how you make your popcorn. You can see here I'm gonna pull it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna single crochet into the next single crochet, but make sure you got both the front and the back loop. Sometimes it could be a bit hard getting through there, so make sure if you have to do one at a time, just make sure you get both the front like that and the back, and you single crochet and make sure you pull it. Now I'm going to do 1 double crochet, 5 double crochet into the next single crochet. Pull it up a little bit, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So we have 5. So we have 5 double crochet. So it would look like this before you make it into a popcorn stitch. Take your needle and you push it into the first stitch made and pull the loop. So pull, tighten, and you single crochet into the next stitch, making sure you get both back and front loop, and you single crochet. Wrap your needle and you do 5 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and you put your needle, pull the loop, make a popcorn stitch. So we're going to slip stitch to secure. Make sure you cut your yarn, leaving enough to sew your feet onto. So this is what it's going to be it's going to look like. See if I could zoom in a little and show you. This is what it's going to look like. This is not showing the dimension as much as I would like you to see. Okay, it's not showing properly, the thread is not, but it will look like this. Okay, this is what it would look like. Okay, so what you'll do now, you're going to take your yarn needle and weave the end of this yarn to the back of the foot, because we're going to be using it to sew the foot onto the body. So turn it over and you could weave it all the way to the back of the foot. So you use that same yarn to sew it onto the body. So you could sew it would look like that. Come on, focus. Okay, it'll look like that. We're gonna leave that. And we're gonna start assembling our little owl. We're gonna make sure you weave in all your ends. All your ends are weaving. We're gonna cut. Sew your button onto your patch, eye patch. So you get your button and you're gonna place it onto the patch of your eyes. So that's one. And this is the other one. So I'm going to place the buttons onto the eyes. So you have to patch. You sew your button on to your eye. If you can't get the yarn through, you can use sewing thread and needle. Sewing needle to sew the patch on. So we're gonna do that. So I've finished putting my buttons onto my eye patch. Now I'm gonna place the patch onto the body of the owl. You can use pin to secure the placement of your eyes. Making sure that you like the placement. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna pin it on. Make sure it's in the right place. So you should have, look, if you like the placement, make sure it's the position where you like it, and you can permanently sew it on now. So I'll show you how to whip stitch. Thread your needle. And you're gonna whip stitch this. It's about to fly away. We're gonna whip stitch the eye patch onto his eyes. Oh boy, sorry about that. Removing the pin as you go. You could get, once you get your first stitch, you can remove the pins. If not, you could just keep it and move it as when you reach there, you just remove the pin and keep whip stitching the patch, eye patch all the way around. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm gonna continue to put the eyes on, and I'm gonna reach you back when I finish sewing the eyes. So this is how the owl is looking so far. I'm almost to the end of the stitch, and I'm going to show you what to do with the ends when you finish sewing on the patch. So I know, sew it, take the loop. So you see there's a loop there. You push your needle through it to secure, to make sure, and then you pull it, tighten it, and then you weave the ends into the body of the owl. Sometimes you might have to go through the body 2 times, but still you end up with ends. So you make sure you snip it off when you finish. Okay? So far, this is our little guy is looking. His eyes is on. So now we're going to be putting on his wings. So here is the wings. We have 2. Make sure you're weaving your ends. Let me show you. How to weave in your ends. So we're going to put that aside. I'm going to show you how to weave in your ends. Thread your needle. Sometimes it gives you such a hard time to get through. If you know of any easier way to thread yarn through a needle, let me know in the comments. Because I seem to be getting a very hard time to get this needle threaded. So I'm going to weave the ends through the stitches. And you're going to cut. That's why a good scissors is needed. You need a good scissors for that. And we're going to be attaching, but before we attach permanently, we're going to pin. And that's why you need pins, for pinning and positioning your body parts before you secure it permanently. So I'm going to be, make sure I pin it to the side. Make sure it's in the position where you want it. So it looked like that. See? I could tell you exactly which row I pinned it on. So let me count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 row from the eyes patch. So about row 10, I pinned the wings. I'm going to pin both. Once you get one in place and you like that position, the second one is pretty much easy. Pretty much easy. Okay. So you just match it up side by side. You like the position. If it's wonky, that's the character of your little guy. It gives it character. If it's a bit wonky, you mean it's preparing to fly, the wing is a bit lopsided. So I think I like the placement of the wings. So there's my little guy. Make sure I flatten him properly. That's him. I like the placement. Okay. Make sure it's how you like it before you permanently stitch it. So that looks fine to me. And I'm going to stitch I'm going to show you how to stitch. Let me move this out of the way. I have a lot of strings. Make sure you thread your needle. First, I use whip stitch. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And you remove the pin. And you continue all the way across. Row 10, whip stitching. Remove the pin. Continue all the way to the end, whip stitching the wings into place. So I finish, and I'm going to weave the ends into the body. Make sure you secure it, tie it off like I showed you before, the loop. Push it through the loop, pull it, and secure it to the body, through the body. Any excess, you cut it off. So I'll reach you back. You can continue sewing the second wing to the body, and I'll reach you back at the end when you finish sewing the second wing. So I finished sewing my second wing to the body, and now I'm going to be positioning the feet to the body. So you take your feet and you sew it on. I'll tell you exactly which row to sew it on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see row 4. So you sew it onto row 4 like that. So what you do, make sure you pin. So you pin the feet to the body, so it will look like that. Yeah, row 4. Okay, so it will look like that when you pin it onto the body. Okay, and now we're going to sew the feet on. So then after I was trying to go through both loops, I'll have to do one at a time because I'm gonna have to remove my pin. It's giving me a hard time. Just secure the foot. And you just see what I'm doing. Securing the foot to the body of the owl. Sorry. Secure. Weave the ends into the body and cut. So we're gonna do the same thing for the next leg. sure you secure it to row 4. Make sure it's in the proper place before you stitch it on permanently. Make sure it looks good. Pin. So you're gonna have something that look like that. Okay, so let's sew the second leg together so you could see what I'm doing again. Thread my needle. Okay, feet. I'm going to sew. Just make sure you sew it on. It doesn't matter what loop you go through at the back. Just make sure it's secure. And many times you want to go through it to make sure it's secure. But I went through it about 5 times to make sure it's secure. And it's not going anywhere. Okay. Okay. Secure it. Tie it off. And weave in your ends. Okay. Now we're gonna cut that. Move that aside so you can see what's going on. So this is what we have so far. So this is a little owl with his legs on. See, the puff stitch make it. His wings, you could push it up a little. Okay, we're almost to the end, guys. Bear with me. Now we're going to embroidery on his nose. So we're going to embroidery the nose between the 2 eyes. So the stitch, the row right under his eyes right here, go into the middle, and we're gonna go to, like we're doing a triangle. Okay guys, we're gonna pull, make sure you leave the end like that, and we're gonna go right back down into the first, where we at the bottom stitch, so like that. Then we're gonna go back into the bottom and go back to the top. So we're doing a triangle basically. Okay guys, to make the nose. Top, bottom, but you're only moving across the top, not the bottom. The bottom is just going into the same stitch over and over. You want to keep this so we can secure it when we're finished. Okay. Seems like it's caught in there, so what we'll do is just leave it alone because it's caught in there and it's going to be secure, so that's fine. So we're going to keep embroidering into a triangle to make the nose. Okay. All right. So we have that there. What I like to do is tie the ends. So I'm going to tie the end. So you see I'm tying the ends. I'm going to take this end and I'm going to weave it into the body. But what I'm going to do, I'm gonna use a crochet hook to pull it through, because just pull it. You could use your yarn needle to weave in the ends, but sometimes I just like to use a crochet hook, and I put it there, and so that's what we have, guys. Now, one more thing. We're gonna take some of the yarn, and we're gonna tie some to the tip of the ears, tip of the head of the owl. So you're gonna have some stuff sticking out. So you put your yarn, your hook through the tip of the ears. Let's go to the very tip. And you take, I say, about 3.5 inches of yarn, and you weave it through the tip of the ears. And you take the loop and you loop it through like that. So then you cut. If you have too much, if you think it's too long, you cut it off. So we have something like that. So it will look like this. Okay, guys, this is the big one, and this one was made with latte yarn and Aran flex. So this is with 1 strand of yarn, and this is holding 2 strands of yarn together. So these are the owls that we have. See if I could show you. Okay, guys, let me show you so you can see the size better. The size. These are the 2 owls that I made. This is with holding 2 strands of yarn, 1 latte yarn and the fleck yarn together, and this is holding just the 1 strand of yarn, the fleck yarn. So these are the 2 owls that we have and the sizes. So I hope you like this tutorial, and I hope it was clear enough for you. So comment, leave a comment in the comments, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching this tutorial. Be kind. Have a blessed day. Thank you.